For pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Reba Jane Owens, age 59 of Fayetteville, died Monday at her residence. Graveside service will be held today at 2 o'clock from Talladega Springs Cemetery with Reverend John Limbaugh officiating. Visitation at the cemetery today, 1:30 until 2. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Graveside service for Phyllis Henderson of Sylacauga will be 3 o'clock on Saturday, 3 o'clock on Friday at Evergreen Cemetery. I'll be officiating that service. I have visitation from 1:30 until 3 at the funeral home, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, directing. Mr. Michael Scott died at his residence on Monday, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, announcing. Also, Sarah M. Cardwell died June the 6th. There will be a graveside service for Sarah Thursday at 11 a.m. from Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation prior to the service, 10 until 11 o'clock. Visitation at Curtis and Son North, Brother James Murphy officiating. And the family asks that you please wear a mask and remember social distancing. A little flowers donation can be made to the Sylacauga City Schools Foundation, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, directing. Visitation for former Governor John Malcolm Patterson will be today from 4 until 8 o'clock at Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City. A private memorial service for the family will be held at a later date. James Moon, funeral service for Mr. Moon will be Saturday, June 12th at 1 o'clock from St. John Missionary Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Visitation Friday from 1 until 7 at the funeral home, Community Funeral Home, directing. And funeral service for Asha Cohill will be Saturday, June 12th at 2 o'clock from Liberty Christian Center in Harpersville. Burial in the Coosa Valley Baptist Church Cemetery in Vincent. Visitation Friday, 1 until 7 at the funeral home, Community Funeral Home, directing. Deborah Gaither Parsons, age 65, died Saturday. Some of you might remember her from Buddy's Barbecue and Fincher's Delight in Talladega. The family will have a memorial service at a later date. Funeral service for Catherine Ann Patterson will be 1 o'clock Thursday at Ursery Funeral Home. Visitation 6 till 8 tonight at the funeral home, Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Funeral service for John Claude Smith, age 78, will be Thursday at Coosa Valley Church of God with interment in the St. Clair Memorial Gardens. The family receiving friends Thursday from noon until 1 o'clock at the church. Mr. Smith died June 5th. Kilgore Funeral Home, Pell City, in charge of the arrangements. And funeral arrangements for Mr. Victor W. Wilson, Jr., age 21, will be announced by S.M. Goodson Funeral Home, Crematory, Talladega. Mr. Wilson died May 29th. And memorial service for Thomas Dale Anderson, age 75, formerly of Alexander City, will be Saturday at 3:30 from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Randy Anderson and the Reverend Bobby Anderson officiating. Family receiving friends, 2 o'clock until service time. Memorial contribution can be made to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, 511 St. Jude Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38015. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com, Radley Funeral Home, directing. This obituary report this morning brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.